I'm not sure how to do that, Sophie whispered, but she was alone again. Venus' mother back to the kitchen. Sophie wiped at her eyes, her hands unsteady. You okay? A gravely voice asked behind her. Sophie turned to see Hotz holding two plates of rose-colored cookies, the whistle looking especially shifty. I asked them if they had anything without sugar or milk or all the other things you don't eat, and they said no. But these were pretty, so Hotz mumbled. Shouldn't you be sharing those with your girlfriend? Sophie asked. We broke up, Hotz said. Sophie's eye widened. She looked over at Nicola, talking animatedly with Agatha. Does your girlfriend know that? Ex-girlfriend. And yes, it was her idea. Hotz took a deep breath. She thinks I'm immature and lost in my own fantasies and a sad, soft spot. All true, I suppose, Sophie considered. Thanks, said Hotz, rounded. He walked away. Sophie wanted to finish her sentence. That's why I like you. But she neither called him back nor moved from her spot, her cucumber sake on her plate. Nick looks less upset about their breakup than you do, Agatha said, accosting her, crunching another hunk of golden brown honey cake. Presuming, of course, that's what you two were talking about. She's fine about it, actually. I think she finally realized that Hotz from the storybooks is different from the Hotz in real life. Can I have some of that? Sophie asked. She was pointing at the cake. Agatha gazed at her like she had two heads. Take it all. Sophie didn't think. The cake already played out of her best friend's hands and stuffed it into her mouth. She closed her eyes, the fluffy weight of flour collapsing on her tongue into a cool melt of honey, a burst of cinnamon at the center. With each chew, the alchemy repeated as she let the sensations dance on her tongue, then down her throat, surrounding herself to the weird of flavors, as if for once in her life she wasn't in a rush to make pleasure mean something. She had always thought of cake as fleeting, pointless, but here in the span of one taste, she had understood why it mattered. Because life was fleeting and pointless unless you let yourself enjoy it, savor it, down to its lightest, most insignificant moments. She could feel tears falling, as if she had opened up the forbidden gate, as if she had lost and found something at the same time. I'll have what she's having, Dot said to Yusuf nearby, pointing at Sophie. Sophie looked at Agatha. They both cracked it up. Then Agatha stopped laughing. What is it? Sophie asked. Quick as she realized it, the music had stopped. Both girls turned to the Queen of George Jolie, who had noticed it too. She and Maid Marian standing very still at the center of the room. Everyone seemed to tune in, the pub going silent. Then Sophie heard it, rattling and thundering like a far-away crack. Agatha was already dragging her outside into a thick desert air. The others closed behind. Together, the two girls looked up into the night and cliffs, the swell of flames sweeping down the dunes like a storm. 1,000 Shasamba camels, riders wielding torches and blades, side by side with soldiers astride gold-saddled horses. Camelot's horses. Tetra stepped between the girls, his eyes locked on the king in blue and gold, charging at the front of both armies. "Time to go," said the prince. Tetra's secret weapon. "You are a very strange compass," Tetra murmured, who was used to a brass arrow that oriented you towards a goal. But instead, the Sultan's compass featured a tiny phantom of a belly dancer, shimmering her hips to the left. "Go that way," the belly dancer advised. Tetra struck west in the dark, the glowing numbers near the belly dancer's waist, counting down the distance to the caves. 1,000 feet. 900 feet. The prince glanced back at the rest of his team, hustling to keep up. Over their heads, he could see the flames of Japheth's army high on the dunes, miles away, but gaining ground. The Sultan had told Japheth everything, no doubt thinking he was Ryan. Given him soldiers too. "10 minutes," Tetra guessed. That's how much time they had, at the most. "You sure you know what you're doing?" Agatha asked, rushing to his side. "The implication being that I don't," said Tetra. "Uma and Kevin didn't trust each other. Look how they turned out." Agatha prickled. "You won't tell me the plan." "For a reason," said Tetra. "I know what's at the stake. Not just a test, your life." "And what about the 1,000 men chasing us?" Agatha pondered. "Choo-choo! Choo-choo!" said a voice. Agatha looked down at Merlin, mop-headed and up to her ribs now, scampering beside her. The young wizard smiled. "Big job for TT," he peeped. Agatha peered at him. "Like I said, we have a plan." Tetra clipped, sprinting ahead. "Follow the others." Despite the snake bearing down, he felt unshackled and free. Finally, he had taken control, having learned from the first test.